Hi there, Dr. Julie Hartman here. So let me get right to it. So this first video is on the two types of childhood anxiety. Now there's a ton of different clinical diagnoses related to anxiety, right? We've got OCD, we have phobias, we have PTSD. That's actually not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the two types of childhood anxiety, and in particular which one is really good, which is the main type that we're supposed to be operating on as a functional emotion, is what we call healthy anxiety or helpful anxiety. Okay, so that is our emotion that gets triggered in situations that are really important to us, that are valuable to us. So healthy anxiety is there to help us oxygenate the parts of our brains that will help us be really alert to a situation so that we can bring our best forward. All right, so examples of what healthy or helpful anxiety looks like and sounds like and feels like in kids, so you can be poised as a parent to respond to it optimally and really nurture it. It's focus. So it feels like and looks like and sounds like focus. You know, something's really important. It has a bit of intensity to it. Healthy and helpful anxiety is really wants to give attention to it now and might ask questions about, you know, how the situation is going to happen, or, you know, needs some degrees of preparation for the situation because you have a sense that the child wants it to go well. So for instance, I had some healthy anxiety before a big talk that I did to all the pediatricians in our area at our local hospital here in their grand rounds on the non-pharmacological treatment of ADHD. And I remembered, you know, sort of within an hour of arriving, you know, I couldn't like drink my coffee because I already felt really caffeinated. Right? And I felt kind of like I just wanted to sort of do it. I kind of wanted to get in there and make it happen, right? And I felt a kind of a focus. Like I remember my husband kind of asked me a question about, you know, am I going to go to the grocery store later on that day? And I remember kind of like barking at him, like kind of like, now's not the time, you know, I'm really focused. I really, you know, just I'm kind of like wanting to get this thing going and get it right and have it go well. So that's an example of healthy anxiety, and it actually supported me in prioritizing the presentation, because for instance, you know, it could have been very tempting that hour before that I didn't technically have anything else to do to go ahead and throw on that Netflix show and watch a little bit before my workday started, right? Or I could have gotten into a little bit more of like kind of a gourmet breakfast, and instead I just sort of like threw some cereal in a bowl and I, you know, hunkered down and prepared and observed my presentation slides and then kind of rolled right in feeling really ready. So that's healthy or helpful anxiety. Problematic anxiety is the second type of childhood anxiety that you are probably taking this course for, or you are sticking with this video for. Okay, so when most people hear about, you know, childhood anxiety and wanting to learn about it, it's because their child gets stuck. All right, so problematic anxiety looks like and feels like and sounds like stuckness. It feels like urgency. It feels like a kind of a rigidity. Things have to go a certain way. There's like no room for error. There is a lot of questions about how to prepare for it, but it's more kind of like reassurance seeking rather than like information seeking. It's like, is it going to be okay? Is it going to work out okay? Is my best friend going to be there? Because I might not know anyone at the party, and what if, you know? So it's kind of a pressure around needing to make sure that things go okay. And so it actually has to do with an underlying sense of danger that the child feels that they need protection from. And the reason that that is because the neurocircuitry that involves helpful anxiety, that supportive level of anxiety, all right, when it gets oxygenated and activated like it did for me with my presentation, you see that circuitry is shared with our fear circuitry, and the emotion of fear is purely responsible for self-protection and purely responsible for avoiding danger. And so because they share some neurocircuitry, when our healthy anxiety gets oxygenated and activated, right? So your teen really wants to do well on the midterm, and so they don't really want to come and sit down at the dinner table to eat their food. They want to bring it into their room and continue to study because they really want that to go well and right. Well, all that prioritization can sometimes, that oxygenation can kind of leak over and kind of wind up activating the fear circuitry. It's like the fear circuits go, what's going on over there? Something's intense. Something's really, really important to you. What's going on over there? Maybe there's danger. Maybe there's danger. And then it gets activated, and then the person finds themselves, for instance, that teen example that I just used, finds themselves going like, Mom, I can't come to dinner because I have to study, because if I get a bad grade on my midterm, bad. And it's like, you don't understand. And they become kind of adversarial and really rigid and not easily soothed. Okay, so the kind of anxiety that you are likely concerned about actually involves an overactive fear circuitry. And the kind of anxiety that we want to also help you know about so that you can nurture is that healthy, helpful anxiety. So in this course, we deep dive into more lessons around that so that you can know specifically how to address it, how to recognize it, what to do about it, and how to teach the tips and strategies and skills to your child or teen, and then how they can develop and learn choices for a skillful response to how their brain is orienting toward whatever situation is coming their way. And let us know some of the things that you'd like us to teach you about so that we can go ahead and collaborate together on this really, really important emotion so that kids and teens can feel confident and courageous and curious about how the world works and about uncertainty and about the unknown aspects of their future without getting too bogged down by that neurocircuitry that can get overly oxygenated and filled up with fear. Okay, I look forward to connecting with you more. Take good care.